That's yours.
Good evening once again, everybody. Back at KVSF Studios here in Santa Fe for a live radio broadcast tonight of the New Mexico State High School basketball seedings, kind of a bracketology show featuring sports writers from the Santa Fe New Mexican, James Barron and Geoff Grammer, and our analysts on KVSF broadcast, Carl Mirano, former coach at Santa Fe High and also assistant coach over at St. Mike's, and I'm Carl Twibell. We've talked about just finished on the 3A girls, so we've done the 5A, 4A, and 3A girls, and we're going to move on to the 3A boys, and we'll kind of go up the ladder here. We'll start with the bracket, assuming I can find the bracket.
Do you want me to read it off the top?
Yeah, go right ahead.
All right. The obvious
for mine.
the obvious number one seed in the biggest non-surprise in this whole bracket system is number one Hope Christian. Is right at the top of the bracket. They're arguably the best team in the state, regardless of class, and they'll be playing Ruidoso as a 16 seed. The 8-9 matchup is going to be Bloomfield-Socorro. Local team St. Michael's will be playing number 12 Portales, and they'll be playing Saturday at Perez Shelley Gymnasium. Finishing off the top half of the bracket, number 4 Lovington will be playing 13 Newcomb on Saturday. Bottom half of the bracket, another local school, Santa Fe Indian School, which was the regular season champ in District 2 3A. They're the 3 seed, and they'll be playing Thoreau. Number 6 Tehachapi will be playing Las Vegas Robertson, which is an 11 seed, and that's the 4th team out of the district that qualified for the state tournament, out of District 2 3A, that is. Number 7 Pewaukee Valley is playing number 10 Wingate, and number 15 New Mexico Military will be playing the 2 seed Sandia Prep.
All right, let's jump in. Now, I know you said regardless of class on Hope Christian. However,
They lost last night.
They
It's looked human, and Sandia Prep beat them, but,
well,
did
did they really?
Yeah, Sandia Prep, as far as I know, they defeated Hope Christian last night in that district championship game. Hope Christian still gets the 1 seed. Again, reaffirming nothing meant by last night's game, guys. But they, Hope Christian had beat them a couple times before, so Sandia Prep did win, which surprised me because I thought, for most of the year, I thought everybody was playing for second. I really did. Hope Christian, the cream of the crop, and now that opens up some eyes and says Huskies might be beatable.
Well, I think if anything, that district tournament win probably helped Sandia Prep get that 2 seed, because I think right now, going into Saturday, there was some argument as to whether or not it was going to be Indian School, whether it was going to be Lovington, or whether it was going to be Sandia Prep being that number 2 seed. But when you beat Hope Christian and nobody else in 3A has done it, heck, nobody in 4A has done it. The only team to do it in the state was La Cueva. Obviously, that's going to be big in the eyes of the committee there. So obviously you're going to see them move up, get that bump to the 2nd seed. I was kind of impressed that Indian School managed to retain that 3rd seed after the way they played last night. Just following the live blog that we had on our website on SantaFeNewMexican.com/sports, it didn't sound like Indian School was in that game against Santa Fe or against St. Michael's.
Well, they were actually in the ball game. I mean, it was a 3-point game the first couple of minutes of the 3rd quarter, but then I think the Horsemen outscored them 14 to 5.
They had a 14-2 run in the 3rd. I know that 14-5 overall in the quarter, but yeah, 14-2 run with 3 seniors. I know last night was bad for Santa Fe Indian School, but if you look at the body of work, which is the big term used in bracketology conversations, Santa Fe Indian School deserved to get a 3 seed. I don't think last night should have dropped them below a 3. Talking to Ernie Rodriguez, the coach of Santa Fe Indian School, I will tell you, I had a nice conversation with him after the game last night. Obviously, they were very upset coming out of the locker room, a lot of tears from the players. I mean, it meant a lot to them, but they knew they weren't ready. They know they have a lot of work to do to get ready for the big stage of the state tournament. Ernie said he thinks that St. Michael's deserved the 2 seed based on how they played last night, the way they played them, at least the 3 seed. He definitely doesn't think they should be seated ahead of St. Michael's. So that goes to your point that the district tournament, even in some of the coaches' minds that get the higher seed because they won the regular season, they understand that sometimes at the end of a district tournament, that should determine the seeding. Of course, Ernie was coming off an embarrassing loss. It ended up being 20 points. So maybe today he has a different opinion. But last night, Ernie was telling me he thinks that St. Michael's deserves a higher seed than they do. And if you look at the bracket, St. Michael's is down at a 5 seed. I think based on their body of work, I mean, they are a 10-loss team, lost a couple games to start the regular season, went 1 and 2 to start district season. I think, St. Michael's is a team that probably deserves a 4 or 5 seed, so I don't think they have a whole lot to gripe about being down at number 5 either.
We talked last night, Carl, the way St. Mike's played last night, their defensive effort, you cannot count this team out. They held the Braves to 33 points. That was 19 points less than their lowest output of the season. 52 had been their previous low. And so to hold them to 33 points, it was an impressive defensive performance. I like their matchup against Portales. I see them getting past Lovington, and that sets the stage to go up against Hope Christian in the semifinals, which could be a barn burner. Coach Murphy at Hope Christian and Coach Geyer at St. Mike's, two of the best in the state, go at it, and I don't count the Horsemen out in that semifinal matchup.
I will say that when Hope Christian